And there we are. We are live. Good morning, well, or good evening if you happen to be in Poland right now. Thank you, Al. Good evening to you. Everyone, good whatever time of day it happens to be wherever you are. And if it's not good, I hope it doesn't suck. This is service number 301, Saturday service with Rabbi Brian. That's me. I am joined by a whole group of people, and there's still more joining. And if I hit this button, those people should show up on the screen. Hello, people. Look, they're live. They're moving. Yay. We have some new people joining us today. You guys are super welcome. Glad to see some old returning faces. And by old, okay, for some of you, it's both. I have so many things I want to talk about. First, let me take a moment and look at your faces. Good morning, faces. Good morning. It's good to see all of you. I love that I can see everyone and that you can all see each other in a traditional classroom setting or church setting. You get to see the back of a lot of people's heads. And only the person up on the stage, on the altar, on the bima, gets to see everyone's faces. And I love that everyone gets to see each other's faces. I also love that you're all unmuted, unless you have a radio on and you have to shut some background noise. I love the fact that you all are welcome to participate. If you have something that you want to add, and I'm not that excited that my dog seems to think that that pertains to him, that he should be making some noises too. What to do. Last week I made mention of, last week was just overwhelming and just stunningly beautiful. There's a quote I want to bring in. I'll get there in a second. Last week was the 300th service, and there was a mutiny, spelled M-U-T-E-N-E, and I was muted, and approximately 25 people went one at a time and told me what they have learned from me, what they have learned from coming to the Saturday service. And it was phenomenal. I've said to people, if one person gives me a compliment, I can slough that off. 2 people, not a problem. I don't have to take that compliment in. And even if 5 people give me a compliment after if I just did a book talk and 5 people tell me it was brilliant, yeah, great. But you just saw my best of, so it's not that impressive. But last week, to have 25 people tell me how I have helped them, I have notes on a bunch of things people said, but one that I loved was that I have helped people tell more people that they love them sooner. And that just hit my heart hard. There's a quote. Go ahead. Thank you, Mary. I'm not counting. I really appreciate you saying all of that, Mary. So let me bring in a quote. There's a Yiddish quote. I can't get it in Yiddish, but I can give it to you in English. It says, if one person tells you you're a donkey, laugh. If 2 people tell you, think about it. If 3 people tell you, buy a saddle. Well, I appreciate you asking. I don't know who said that, though. I think Oh, thanks, Louise. That if one person tells you you look, that outfit you're wearing is awful, you can ignore them. If a second person tells you the outfit you're wearing is awful, ignore them. But if a third person tells you the exact same thing, you might consider changing your clothes. The same about good things, and that's what I was trying to get at here, and I'm going to extend it. Ron, I'll get to you in 1 second. That if one person tells me a compliment, I don't have to take it in. If two people give me compliments, okay, fine. But when it comes to 26 people giving me compliments, it's time to buy a saddle. It's time for me to believe what's being said. And I have had quite a week. Okay, and I appreciate the noises of affirmation. That means knowledge and wisdom is being transmuted. Go ahead, Ron. Thank you, Ron. I love the ending. Wonderful. So thank you, Ron, for adding that in. Okay, we are a sticker economy here. We like to give out. I didn't prepare myself. Where my stickers are. Oh, now I'm in a panic. Panic over. I'm fine. So last week I took in all the compliments, and I said at the very end of the gathering, I said that the compliments and the love that I was getting from the group really was a balm to me, especially after what had happened last week. And a lot of you tuned in for service 299, which was from my home synagogue in New York City. And there were questions afterwards. What happened? What happened? Do you guys hear the dog? Okay. No, that's a dog. So in New York, I made a mistake that it's one of those ones that I should know better, but I'm going to forgive myself because I'm human and I make mistakes. Plato's Caves. I'm going to do a very quick, if you remember in Plato's Caves, the person who finally comes out of the cave and sees the sunlight, it takes them a while, but they see the sunlight. And then often people end the story there. The very end of the story is the person who has seen the light, literally seen this light, goes back in the cave to explain to everyone that their whole lives has been that's a fire and that's a shadow on the wall. It's not real. That there's something called the sun and it's real. And in the story, Plato says the people who live in the cave kill that person because obviously they have lost their mind. Here's what I did in New York. I was the guy who had seen the light, and I went back to my home congregation to share what all this new vision of what I had seen to be true. And it went according to the story. A lot of the people who were there, my sister described their comments and questions. Not all of them, but remember, it's the insults that stick out the longest. My sister described some of the comments as just snarky. Somebody asked me how I knew that I was really Jewish, which is kind of a fucked up question to ask a rabbi. And someone else asked me why. Thank you, Carol, for encouraging me to pull down my pants. What I wish I had said, and I have a new idea for the next time I do questions and answers, is I'm going to ask for 4 questions at once, which will give me a chance to respond to them in the order I want to and give me a little extra time to think about what I'm saying. But what my response should have been, what I wish my response had been when they asked, how do you know that you're Jewish? I wish I had said, all my childhood I was told I'm a Jew, and at some point I believed it. I think that would have been a good thinker of an answer, but I didn't have that answer at hand. Why was I telling you? So that was the thing that happened in New York that the service last week was a bomb for. I had a thought in the last week, and then I have an activity for us all to do. And welcome to the faces who I haven't said good morning to. Good morning, glad to see you. I had a thought about this service and people who are members of this community. And it dawned on me what our actual membership requirements are. And it was Larice last week. Was it last week? Yeah, Larice last week said, I'm just a new member of this group. And I thought, yes, she is. But how do I know that she's a new member of the group? And it's because she decided that she's a member of this group. It's such a great membership policy that if you believe that you belong in this group, you belong in this group. Thank you guys for the nods and the movement so I can see. Go ahead, Agnes. New member. When you know where you feel welcome. So thank you for that. Yeah, go ahead. I can't find you on the screen yet. We don't. That's what I love about this membership model is it's completely each individual decides if you're a member of the group or not. And different ones of you at different, or if they want, this is very, very open. I have a thing that I'm anxious about doing today. But I'm going to do it. And there's a quote from the Baal Shem Tov. It's one of my favorite quotes ever. And I'm going to make a note because it's going to go on the 2 spiritual points afterwards. So the Baal Shem Tov, Jewish mystic, he said, "Let me fall if I must, I have no fear, for the one I am becoming will catch me." I'm going to say that again. Let me fall if I must, I have no fear, for the one I am becoming will catch me. It reminds me of let's build the airplane on the way down. That being said, what I want to do today, if I fall, I fall. But I will pick up the pieces at the end, and I think it should go very well, but you'll understand why I'm anxious in a moment. Last week, I heard from a lot of you of what you meant, what I and this group have meant to you. Actually, it was more what I have meant to you. I added in the group because my humility is still having a hard time with this. This week, I wanted to do something, and I wrote about this in my book, that at the end of the school year, every year that I taught, I gave their kids the final exam early so that they would be able to study for other classes. And also, we got through the material really quickly because We got through the material really quickly. And I would spend the last 2 days going around the room and telling each kid, I'll say, you can pass if you want, but I want to tell each of you what I see, who I see you are. And that this is just the opinion of one, at the time, 40-something-year-old man. You don't have to believe what I have to say. But I'm going to do today, I'm going to go through as many of you as I can who don't object. So if you'd like to be on the do not call list, I'm not really sure the best mechanism for doing that, because I hate to ask introverts to raise their hand and then say out loud that they don't want to be acknowledged, because then you're being acknowledged. So I guess, how can we do that best? Can you send me a private chat that you don't... Oh, but I want to see their faces. That's a good idea, Alex. Anyone have a better idea than what I got so far? Well, that's the opposite, right? Because you raise your hand when you want to get called on. So let me ask this. Would it be okay if, when I said somebody's name, if you just said, I would prefer to pass? Is that... And if that's too much, please put a private chat message to me. And... Oh, do you see him? I'll let him out. Yeah, that's like a magic trick. So the reason the dog was here, because I have children who are sleeping upstairs, and sometimes I get a Find My iPhone alert. Somebody quiet the dogs. Okay. No good. It's all good. So let's do a thing. Ron Braithwaite, can you say hi? And that just makes the video so I can see you on my little screen and everyone can see you. Ron, do you mind if I tell you for a moment what it is I see when I see you? Who it is that I see, what I like about you? Okay. Ron, what I like about you... Oh, I lost you off of my screen again. Can you say trepidation? There you go. It's like Mr. Rogers and the magic word of the day. This is going to keep flipping when people laugh and have responses. So I'm going to just go with this screen for now. Ron, what I like about you is your perennial, joyous bent. You are bent towards joy. And it is, but you're not happy, joy. You're still real, and you let us know when you're having a hard time or when something affects your soul. But there's an inner light. Well, it's not an inner light. It's an outer light that you shine. And I just love that about you. And I guess let me get a little bit of a protocol going. I think the proper response is some sort of thank you or something of acknowledgement. You're welcome. So folks, this is going to be an odd gathering as I go person by person through the screen. Dan Cooperstock, you up for me saying some things about you? Dan, I like your integrity. And I like how you're offended when people don't value your integrity and have even a morsel of a question about what it is the standard which you know to be true. I also love that there are very few things that you know to be true. Dan, disputing that point proves my point. I like how smart you are, and I like that you use your powers for the power of goodness. I loved you when you joined this group, and when you talked about how you insisted on the software you wrote having a reasonable price tag as opposed to charging what you could. I thought this is a quality human being. You are welcome. Jack Burke. Hi, Jack. You ready, buddy? Game up. If somebody could find that rogue microphone with the radio behind it. Oh, is that where we are? No, you can't mute me. Okay, we'll do it again. It's all good. Jack, let me try this again. Somebody muted me. Thank you, co-hosts. Jack, what I like about you is, dude, you are fucking fascinating. Like, I learn about you more and more. It's like, oh, he was a monk. Of course he was a monk. Oh, he followed Baba Mayer around. Of course, why not? He has a pen name. Jack, I don't want to do it in he. Let me do it in you. You are a poet. Beyond everything you say, the words, not everything, but the words you use are meticulously chosen. And the way that you swing words together to change the meaning of the last few words that were before, you have a brilliant way of using words. And I at first, Jack, I had no idea what you were talking about. I thought he's just talking riddles. And then at some point early on, I caught into what you were saying, and I thought, oh my God, this man has got a way with words. He has seen things, and he expresses them so beautifully. I'm going to stop there. You're welcome. Again, proving exactly what I have just said. Thank you, Jack. Do it. Most beautiful thing we can experience, the mysterious. I'm going to have to think more on that one. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for sharing your glimpses of the mystery with us. Both explaining them and pointing out how unexplainable they are. Thank you. John Finley. Say hi, John. John? We got Kimberly on this. We got to try one more time, John. I got it. I'm just trying to get him on the little screen where you are currently. So, John Finley. There you are. John Finley, what I like about you is I said this about when people decide that they're a member of this group. John, you decided after your first service, you decided you were a member of this group and put yourself on the liturgy committee, which we don't even have. And you wrote to me after the first service and said, have you considered that we start this service with a prayer? And I would suggest that it would go something like this. And I wrote back, all right, go ahead, you do it. And you did, and we talked after a while. We talked in between services until I don't remember how things wound up, but I just loved how you inserted yourself with no shame. Do I belong here? Do I not belong here? Brene Brown talks about the people who experience love and acceptance are people who believe they deserve love and acceptance. Circular, but it's really true. And John, you decided you were a member of this group and you decided to show up to meetings. And it's just fantastic. I love also, John, that you have shared parts of your inner heart with us and some of your troubles and past history, and it's really rounded you out for me. And I thank you for being an official member of this group. You're welcome. Rob Schaefer, my friend Bonk. Yeah, we have men only at the top of the screen. I noticed that too, Kimberly, and I'm doing it in my screen order lest I would then lose who I'm talking to. But I promise we do have gender diversity coming down the pike. Bob Schaefer, what I like about you, well, first, your devotion to Rita is just beautiful. You're I think you might be 126 years old, and that fact that you're still sprightly and willing to try new things, and that you've never made a mistake, you've only had growth opportunities. I think that's how you've said it. And I love the phrase that you've repeated with us, that I never make the same mistake twice, I just make new ones. Something along those lines. Thank you for joining this group. And thank you also, Bob, for Bob's, I don't remember how exactly it happened, but we used to start the service exactly at the hour, and then Bob and I conspired that maybe people, the same way when you go into church or you go into a synagogue, you meet in the parking lot first and you start chatting with people. And so the half hour before we go live and recorded, and that was Bob, you were the chief cook and bottle washer for that group for a long while, and you still show up early, and I hand you over the house keys, and I appreciate you. You're welcome. Al Brown. You gotta say something. Howdy. Al Brown, I have known you since 1975. Miss Keithline's first grade class on the 5th floor on 78th and West End. Al, I remember the summer after 7th grade when your voice had dropped over that summer and we all were coming back into school and the buzz around school was, get Al to say something! You won't believe his voice now! I think it was more like, get Al to say something! You won't believe his voice now! And Al, I love the man you have grown into. You're no longer that child. You are a deep, thoughtful, kind, caring, and I'll add another lump of thoughtful in that. And I appreciate you being such a confidant to me in this service and in so much of my life. And you've wormed your way, or you have become again a very important part of my life. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, we have just added in all the voices so everyone can hear all the other voices. Maria, I'm going to take that as an opportunity to talk about you, if that's all right with you, my blue-haired friend.
That is fine.
Thank you. Maria, what I like about you is that you have inadvertently, despite yourself and your beliefs, become one of the leaders of a religious group. You do so much of the work of keeping the service on track and just welcoming the new folks and technical support of the older folks, and then you and I debrief after the service of what went well, what didn't go well, and my God, I did not know. I didn't know when you first joined with your rainbow hair how much I would come to love you so much for your quirky, weird, delightful self.
I thank you. I thank you and I love you.
Thank you. And I love you. And you're the one who said that was the quote from you last week, was that because of this service, because of what I have done, still feel weird about that, you're able to say I love you more frequently and sooner. And it's just such a beautiful thing. Patricia.
No.
I would appreciate it if you passed and
I'm
let,
going to
I
pass.
really would. Pass.
Fantastic. Alex,
Yes.
can you say one more thing so we get you up on the screen?
Yes, I can say one more thing.
Thank you. Alex, I have known you since what was the last service I ever ran for the Jews. I had dropped out of being at the synagogue where I was, and I got a gig doing part-time rabbi work for the high holidays up in Lompoc. And what's the name of that cute little Scandinavian town?
I think it was Buellton. You were at the Scandia Inn.
At the Scandia Inn. And you glommed onto me, and I thought, there's a soul who my soul likes to be with. Like you're not exactly weird in my way of weird, but your way of weird is a nice compliment to my way of weird.
No, I know I'm weird, and I take that as high praise.
Yeah. I like that you are who you are, unabashedly you.
Thank you.
And I love how much you have, this sounds backwards to me, but I love how much you've implemented the growth learning stages and the learning how to sit with frustration. And I really enjoy getting to be your teacher in a way because of how much you absorb.
I thank you.
You are welcome. Let me just do a quick temperature check for all of you who are listening. I mean, that's a lot of listening you get to do about not yourself.
It's okay.
I like it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Candace, would you unmute if you would like to play?
Okay.
You're in?
Yes.
Candace, you say some things, you don't speak all the time. But when you speak, I think, I'd like more. I'd like more from you. That's not in a dictum, you must do it. But it's like finishing a meal and then wanting just a little bit more of that flavor. I like what you add in. And I think I've always enjoyed also you've had cats fall asleep on top of your head during the service.
True.
And I think there was one time where you fell asleep and we weren't sure how to wake you.
That could have happened. Yeah.
Anyone remember that? That was a really long time ago. We're like, what happened to Candace? Did her video freeze? No, she fell asleep. She was comfortable enough. It's great. Thank you for coming, Candace. Thank you for being stalwart and being part of this group.
Thank you.
Megalopolis,
Yes.
you are a feisty little nutbag of feistiness.
Oh,
You are so flipping smart, and your intelligence is matched by your heart. I love how you have opened yourself up to be vulnerable. Oh, what's that? Vulnerable? Meg doesn't do vulnerable. Yes, she does. I love how you're vulnerable without being soft.
Thank you.
You're soft you're soft in the right places, and the fact that you decided to pick up kickboxing and tell us all about it is just delightful as well. Meg, I enjoy, and I've said this recently, but I'm going to say it. I said it last week. The day you and I had a conversation outside of the service, and I said, well, could you bring that up next week as though it was just a new idea? And you interrupted the service and said, Rabbi, is this a good time for me to spontaneously say the thing that you told me to say? And I thought, oh, I like her. That's the spiciness. I like how spicy. You're like sweet and sour, my friend. You're spicy and also very dear. Also, what I like about you is that you're learning to be the you that we're all seeing, as opposed to the you who you might be stuck thinking you are because that's who you were. I know what I meant by that. I hope you got something out of that too.
I think I got that. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. And I love you.
I love you too, my friend. Harold and Connie. Hi, folks.
Oh,
Yep.
hello. We're here.
I love looking at the screen and seeing the two of you seated next to each other. What the two of you have, I'm going to do it as a group, is you have what seems to be just this beautiful love, even despite the height difference, which I didn't know about for, I don't know, maybe the first year or so. And then at some point I saw both of you standing next to each other and I'm like, oh my God, there's a height difference there. Harold, Connie, I also appreciate that you will interrupt and tell me when you don't agree. And I love that. I love that you stand on your own 2 feet and you're not doing it just because it's what was told, but you have your own opinion. I appreciate that. And I know a little bit from where you came religiously, and it's lovely to see how you have, oh, it sounds so obnoxious, but how you've grown into who you are now. And that quote from Thomas Merton comes to mind: if the you of 10 years ago doesn't think the you of today is a heretic, you've not grown spiritually. And the two of you have grown. I have seen that growth, and it's just beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've only been attached 64 years.
64 years. And what is the height difference?
About a foot.
About a foot. Stephen Peskind, you say hello?
Hello.
Just that right there is what I like about you. You got purple hair. You got vibrance. You're sprightly, and you. This is something that I like about you, but it's about me. Is you honor me. And in clergy circles, there are rabbis who begrudgingly honor me, and there are those who honor what I'm doing, and that you show up and you don't try to turn this into an all Jew all the time service, and that you see that the heart of religion is about connection. I love that. And when you talk, I've said this about some other people as well, I like what you have to say, and what you say is not what 9 out of 10 other people would say, and I want more. I often want a little bit more of Stephen's wisdom. I appreciate you, and I'm going to stop there.
No, thank you for being you, and thank you for the new group of friends you've introduced me to in the next hour.
Yeah, That's a beautiful thing. Mary,
Go right ahead.
I like how honest you are. I like that when you're having a hard time. I mean, here, let's get to this phrase right now. It's okay not to be okay. I love that when you're not okay, you're okay with it. You don't hide it and you just let us know I'm having a hard time. And there's something freeing to me to know that somebody having a hard time is willing to be vulnerable, to practice vulnerability. And it makes it easier to preach vulnerability when I see people who are doing it. So,
Well, I figure everyone goes through these hard times, and as long as, you may as well acknowledge it when it's you, because it would make it easier for someone else to speak.
yeah, you're a role model in that way. So thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
Thank you for keep coming
Thank
back.
you for your kind words.
People moved around on my screen. This is awful.
Uh-oh.
Agnes, I don't know how you moved up to the top left corner of my screen. I don't know you very well, Agnes, but I appreciate you showing up to this service and being dropping right in. Let me try to square all my squares back up. Oh my gosh, Emily. Hello, Emily. You're on mute, Emily.
Definitely. There you
I
go.
had a,
It's not Emily.
oh my,
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, Agnes. Go ahead, Emily. You were saying?
there was a lot of noise going on with a helicopter going overhead.
So
Emily, you all right with me saying a few things I like about you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to leave your dirty sense of humor out of this altogether.
Oh, see, you notice I haven't said fuck for a long time.
I want to grow up and be like you, Emily. I want to be as open and honest, and you have a way of saying sometimes you just say things and they bypass whatever radar there would be of making it an awkward thing to say. You just say it and it's not awkward. You just you don't pull any punches. You're open, you're honest, and you're caring. You love people. And you're not afraid to be you. I don't know that I'd have the guts to stand on a street corner in an all otherwise red town and be the only person with a blue sign. You're also, Emily, I love that you called me out once on having done you a disservice. And
Oh,
then immediately after,
that was hard.
but you did it, and you kept our relationship real. You maintained our relationship because you told me that I had fucked up, and we would not have the beautiful relationship we have if you hadn't told me that. And then you moved on immediately and forgave me, and we got to be back to where we got to be better than where we were before.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah, I was scared every time.
You were scared of being honest?
Yeah, and I was scared of standing on the street alone in Fairfield, Idaho.
Yeah. And you did it anyway.
I know, I hate it, but I have to do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Jeff Horner, if you'd unmute and say hi. I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit just looking at the
Good
time.
morning.
Jeff Horner, I fell in love
City
with
of
you when you...
California-
Say it
City of
again?
California is Solvang.
Solvang, that's where it was. The Solvang was the really
It's
bizarre
California.
Dutch Scandinavian village.
Danish.
Swedish.
Danish.
Okay, let's not
You
all
gotta
fight.
go there for Danish days.
No, you don't.
Swedish.
Oh yeah, you do. It's great. It's really great.
Jeff, what I like about you, I fell in love with you when you were telling us about your heartbreak with Richie, and you opened up and became... I like how honest you are, and how I can't do your laugh, but I can hear your laugh in my head.
Good to know that I'm living in your head rent free.
Yeah. And it does me better for having you in my head and for having you outside questioning, well, I'm not really sure we should do things that way, and then letting it go if it doesn't go exactly as you thought it should go. I really admire that about you. I also admire the relationship you have with your beloved and your former housemate. I learn a lot from you, Jeff.
Thank
And
you.
I also enjoyed when we had whiskey together.
Me too.
Carol Ox, can you unmute for a second, my friend? Carol Ox, I need to thank you so deeply. Can you say something so your picture shows up?
Yes, my picture shows up.
There you go.
Here.
I first have to thank you for being like a fairy godmother. And that's the right word, godmother, because you helped my spiritual direction. You helped me grow theologically in a way that the rest of the school never did. You pushed me to be honest with my beliefs and not be cutesy about it. I appreciate that. Folks, I would not be who I am if it weren't for Carol's guidance in rabbinical school. And then that you show up to a service that I run, it took me a lot of weeks, months to get used to the fact that the great and powerful Carol Ox would show up to my services. I bragged to some people, to Naj and to David Bernstein, but doesn't matter. I also like, I hear your voice. Well, that might also be because you're really, really loud, and for a while you were way too close to the microphone. But I love you, and I thank you for being really a godmother. Thank you for momming me into who I am today.
I love who you are today, and I love all the wonderful people you have introduced me to. You have gathered around you a magnificent community, people I would otherwise never have met, and I am so grateful that you have introduced me to all these wonderful people.
Thank you, Carol. Chad and Lisa. Hello, my Twitch friends. I like the two of you. I'll do it together. I like when I fell deep in love with the two of you. Well, first it's that you're steadfast. You're always sitting in that chair next to each other, and I can always count on that. But I also loved when we did the fundraiser talent show. I loved the Leonard, I think it was Leonard Cohen that you sang. And it was like, oh, that's what that's all about. I didn't get, and I love when I hear from the two of you, and I've said this with other people, but I'd like more. I got to pick up the pace, folks.
Thanks for remembering.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ann Mayer, you up for it?
Yes.
Honey, I just love you. I love how you have grown and grown and grown to know that you are worthy of love. And it's been a beautiful thing to witness, to see you struggle hard with knowing that you are worthy of love, and to see that you are able to take love in now. That's amazing. So thank you for your growth.
I thank you and I love you.
Thank you, honey. James, can you say a thing?
Yes, I'm here.
James, I like your voice. I like that you're always trying to help. You let me know that there's somebody on deck. I don't know that I know you as well as I know some other people, and I would like to get to know more of you. I'm sorry, I don't got much. I don't have enough there. But let's fix that for service 602.
That's plenty. Thank you.
Carolyn,
Yes.
I'm going to say a similar. Can you say it yes again or say something again so my little magic screen shows up?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Carolyn, I don't hear from you enough, and I don't mean that to give you pressure, but I don't have much what to say. And I feel like that is a loss for me. And you do you, of course. I don't need to push you to be who you're not. But I would like to get to know. I would like to get to know more.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
You just
Thank
be
you.
you. You stay being you. Ray Jones,
Yes.
I love you.
And are you?
You are a kind, sensitive, honest, open man. And the fact that you worked for Immigration and Border Patrol always forces me to remember that these people who I am protesting against are human beings like my friend Ray. And I love you, and your devotion to Patty and your honesty have just always been such things of beauty to me. I got to pick up the pace here. I got
Thank you.
Rita Rodsworth. Rita, Abraham Joshua Heschel's friend. I like you. I like your sense of humor. I like how you think. I like that you're willing to try, even if it doesn't go exactly as planned. You're willing to try and try and try. And I love that you've let us into your life, into your heart, and that you've been honest when shit's not gone well for you. You've let us know and let this group support you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ruth Bernstein. Go ahead.
Oh, I like you very much.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you. Ruth Bernstein. Ruth, can you say something?
I'm here, Rabbi.
I love you, Ruth. I love how honest you are. I love how smart you are. I didn't quite get how smart you were until you and I had a coffee and a Coke on Freedom Place in New York when I happened to be nearby. And I got a sense of, oh, this is one of those really smart people who doesn't always, how do I say it right? I don't know how to say it right. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to go with, I love how you treat your family. I love that you're willing to question and that you're open, and not everyone who grew up in an Orthodox home is willing to open their minds as much as I've seen you open yours. I'm going to just keep flying around here. Karen, I'm going to say the same thing I've said to Caroline. I don't know you much, and I would like to more.
Thank you. I've learned so much last week and this week about who everybody is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kimberly Ann, I loved you the moment I met you, and I like that you, like some other people, have just said, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm a member of this community.
Yeah, I can't get any resonance here in Munich.
Well,
No community will take me.
Well,
And I'm very happy to be with you. And I fell in love with you, Rabbi Brian, the first time during our Bet Din. And you were sitting there knitting, and I said, "This is Portland."
Okay, slow down. I was crocheting. I don't knit. Knitting's for
Oh,
Babylonians.
I'm sorry. Oh, my
it's
goodness. Okay.
Ellen and Andy. I like watching the two of you. I like that for a long while. I didn't know that Andy could speak, and I like now that I hear from Andy. I like the two of you. I love it was an honor that you drove to see me when I was in Colorado Springs. And I like how open, I like how teachable and learnable the two of you are, even at advanced ages. I don't mean an insult by that. But I like that you remain teachable and open. It's beautiful. All right.
Thank you. You're a great teacher.
Thank you. I will take that compliment. I am. I'm a good teacher. Larice, I'm going to say the same thing I said to Kimberly. I like that it was last week where you said, well, I'm just a new member of this community, and you're the reason that came up with the membership policy of, as long as you decide you're a member of this group, you're a member of this group. And you're new, and I like that you're like, all right, I'm diving right in. I love that. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Greg, I don't hear a lot. I got the same thing to say about you. Then I'm going to add for George. I know that your hearts are in the right place, and I like when I hear from you. And I feel like the chorus could use 2 more singers. I'd like to hear more voices, more from the two of you. I don't have much else to add, and I apologize for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll work on that.
Yeah, do your thing. Ann Swanson, you are a force of nature. Thank you for being such a presence, and honest and willing to put yourself out there. You make a large impact. That was said with a little bit of humor.
I know. Thank you.
I love how smart you are, honey. Betsy Weston, I love that you let us know that you had a heartbreak when you had a heartbreak. And if it weren't for that, we wouldn't have Ron, and we wouldn't have the poetry room. And I'm sorry that you had your heartbreak, but thank you for sharing that with us. That was very early on in this service. I think we're still in hard COVID times, and you opened up. And also thank you for singing for us and playing the piano and keeping us musically on foot. All right, I'm running along. Diana Falling Apples Newton. I love you, honey. I love you. You also, you're a little bit of you're a little big mouth, and I love how you just jumped yourself right into this service and into this community. And well, I don't know if my opinion's necessary here, but let me give it. And you, I love how you lead. Rose Moore, honey, I know you outside of this service better than I know you in this service, and I don't want to. You don't say much in this room, but folks, there's a lot going on, and this is a woman who's got stories, and I don't want to tell them out of school, but you amaze me, and I appreciate you very much.
I just want to thank Emily. I wouldn't be here without her, and I really appreciate it being here. It's an honor.
Thank you, Rose. Rob is off screen, but I'll get to him. Melissa, thank you for sharing your heart, your love, your story, and your music. My God, I knew you for a while, and then I heard you. I can't remember the song.
You need the key to my car.
I can't remember the song you were singing, but I thought, oh my God, she's talented. Thank you, though, for sharing your heart, and I'm so glad you're in a place now with stable internet, because I know for a while you were only able to do audio, and it was a testament, and thank you for sticking with. Sherry Sirach, honey, I've known you since I was a real rabbi in a real congregation doing real things, and the fact that you continue, and I continue to stay really strong in your Judaism and join and be a big part of this group, and in that second hour, I appreciate that. Rebecca, I don't have enough to say about you, honey. I like you, but I don't know enough about you to give enough words. And again, that's my loss, and I'm glad that you show.
2 minutes.
You're on mute though, Rebecca.
Hopefully that will change. And I just wanted to say I so appreciate the way that you make space for making mistakes in conversation. You're an inspiration to me, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's good to make mistakes. And
yes.
Andrea, you just joined. You could be Religion Outside the Box's newest member. We'll come and find out. This is not what our service usually is, but it's usually these people and some others. And thank you for being brave and joining in, not knowing what you were joining in.
Yeah, I'm just listening to see what happens. I have no idea, but it's very remarkable so far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful group of people. We do one other thing every week, which is we add, and so we're going to extend our time for a moment before we go into second hour groups. Maria, can you help us with our prayer list?
I can. These are the people to whom we are sending light and love. Alex, Gwen, Reed, and Viv, Shmuley, Sally and Bob B, Jennifer G, Alex C, Irma P and her family, Cullen and kids, Patrick Nolan, Rita S, Karen and Neil, Jason, Karen, Victor, and Corey, Shirley W, Anne and Lisa, Sheridan H, Aru Lane Hill, Ebony, Beth Carney, and Charlie O. If there is another person in our community to whom we can offer light and love, please put their name in the chat, and I will add them to the list on Facebook. And for the people who aren't named, but who are in our thoughts, we send them light and love as well.
Thank you. Let's take a minute, besides the dog barking, for quiet. That ends our formal service time here. We will break into small groups. If you want, I'm going to stop the recording. If you're new, I suggest
You're muted.
Oh.
And I didn't do it this time.
Thanks, Meg. We're going to break into second hour. I'm going to stop the recording. If you're new around here, please stop by Maria's Welcome Shack or the Little Rabbi's Room. Go ahead, Alex. Take us from here.
Okay, I'm opening up the breakout rooms. We've got Deep Dive for those